Let's talk about a strategy I don't see enough people considering, especially first-time homebuyers: buying a duplex. Now, before you scroll past thinking this means becoming a landlord, hear me out. I've had 2 clients do this recently, and it completely changed what they were able to afford. Here's how it works. Instead of buying a single-family home and carrying the full mortgage on your own, you buy a duplex, live in one unit, and rent out the other. That rental income can help offset your monthly mortgage, property taxes, and sometimes even utilities, dramatically reducing your monthly costs. In many cases, it also increases your purchasing power because lenders can factor in a portion of that rental income when qualifying you. That means some buyers can afford more home, or at least a much more comfortable monthly payment than they could with a single family house. Now let me show you how this looks in real life. About 6 months ago, I helped a young family go from renting to owning their first home. It wasn't easy. Their budget was tight, under $175,000, and they needed something safe and functional for their daughter. At times, it almost felt impossible, but we didn't give up. Eventually, I found them a duplex listed for just over $200,000. The main floor was vacant, so they could move in right away, and the upper unit was rented to a young, single female paying about $700 per month, covering nearly 60% of their monthly mortgage costs. We worked closely with their mortgage broker and were able to use that rental income when qualifying them. That extra $25,000 in purchasing power was the difference between continuing to rent and owning a home. For this family, a duplex didn't just help, it made homeownership possible. Now, is this strategy for everyone? No. You need to be comfortable with shared walls, managing a tenant, and understanding the numbers. But for the right buyer, it can be life-changing. Something else to look out for when purchasing a duplex is zoning. We want to find something that's zoned residential because when zoning is commercial, it can change the lending process. In some cases, it may require up to 35% for a down payment, which many first-time homebuyers just simply don't have. The second client chose a duplex for a different reason: location. She was newly single, looking for a fresh start, and wanted to live in Sarnia's North End, but single-family homes were out of her budget. We found a brick bungalow in the North End that had been converted into 2 nearly identical front and back units. She moved into the one, and the other was rented for $1,500 per month, plus hydro and gas. Even with a modest down payment, that rental income covered roughly 2/3 of her monthly mortgage costs. A few years later, she's moved in with a new partner and rented out her unit as well. Now she owns a fully rented income-producing property with the option to move back in at any time if life changes. And that's the part I really want to underline. Buying a duplex doesn't mean you're stuck forever. It gives you flexibility. You can live in one unit long-term, you can rent out both units later, or you can sell it as an income-producing property, which appeals to a wider pool of buyers. Especially in today's market, that flexibility can make a huge difference. Here's another idea I want to put on your radar. If you're a first-time homebuyer struggling to enter the market, but you don't want to be a landlord or share walls with a tenant, what about buying a duplex with your best friend or a sibling? If you're both first-time homebuyers, you can each use your FHSA, first-time homebuyer savings account, creating a much stronger down payment. You'd share the mortgage, property taxes, insurance, and major repairs, while keeping utilities separate as long as the duplex is separately metered. This strategy could even work with an aging parent or a grandparent, although you wouldn't have that same benefit of a doubled FHSA. Again, it's not traditional, but it can be incredibly effective. If you're feeling stuck between renting and buying, or wondering how to stretch your purchasing power without overextending yourself, this is a conversation worth having. I'm always happy to walk you through the numbers and help you see whether a strategy like this could work for your situation. You're not stuck, you might just need a different strategy. And if you're curious what duplex options actually look like here in Sarnia, Lambton, I can send you a list of duplexes currently for sale. Just click the link below or comment duplex and I'll get it to you.